Here it is. We created a partition and we mounted a partition. We created a partition and we mounted a partition. Of course, this mounting is temporary. This mounting is temporary. So when you see like this, so this is a temporary mounting only. So there is a folder called MNT tab folder is there, like slash MNT is there. Generally, it mount into that temporary one only. Okay, so what is this temporary mount? Meaning is when you restart your PC. So when I restart my PC, okay, so when I restart or a reboot in Windows, Linux command is reboot. Okay, so not Windows. Okay, so in a Linux, reboot is a command to restart your PC. Okay, so when you reboot your PC or maybe you shut down your PC, next time you start your PC, the mount is removed automatically. You have to manually mount it again. Okay, so the mount is unmounted. The mount is unmounted automatically. So what to do? Again, mount manually. Okay, for example, you have some important data, maybe it's a system data is there. Every time, like maybe there is a 10 mounts are there, 10 fault, 10 directory, 10 partitions are there, 10 times you have to mount it. Very important data may be there, maybe a server related data, or maybe a particular service like a database service related, or a web service related data is there. So it is always you cannot mount manually. You have to start the PC again. You have to mount it manually by using a mount command. That is very difficult. So what to do? Okay. So for auto mount, so automatically you want to mount at boot time. At boot time only. At boot time. So you can specify. Okay. Specify your mount information in FS tab folder, FS tab file. So that is a slash etc slash FS tab. You have to specify information in FS tab. So then whenever you start your PC, automatically it will mount your system. So how to specify into the FS tab? So then we have to go to VI editor slash etc slash FS tab, and there you have to give the information. So first of all, we'll see this information. I'm going to umount slash disk 7. Now df space -h. So first of all, I unmounted it. So later I will mounted it. Okay. So first what I done. So before going to we are editing in that one, what I done. So from here. So first of all, I umount slash disk 7 and verify it is unmounted or not. Then go to the VI slash etc slash FS tab. Okay. Here we have to enter information slash dev slash SDA 7 should be mounted to slash DSK 7. Okay. What file system? Yeah. Right. Correct. -h. Okay. And what file system we are using inside ext4, and default 0 comma 0. Okay, default means by default connecting, or by file system connecting, or maybe a specific service based connecting, like that you can specify. That is the default part. 0 comma 0 means it verify at the boot time and ignore at a boot time, like that we can give, like a 1101 00, like that it is there. It means boot time verify and connect the device, or ignore if it is not available, like that options are there. But this is a FSTab format generally. But first of all, we'll see how it is there. Already unmounted vi slash etc slash FSTab. Now can you see here it is UUID base is there. So I will show you that one, and where it is mounted. So this UUID is belongs to some SDA1, SDA2, like that. Okay, the unique ID of disk, unique ID of disk. Okay, slash boot, where it is mounted by default. This is a table XFS, and also you can see 00 here. Now what I want to do is how to quit from here. Q, colon Q. So this is a FSTab. Again I've opened, nothing is there. So I'm going to next line, press small o. So then I go to the next line. First you have to tell what is your disk, like this, slash dev slash SDA7. Okay, slash disk 7. Where to mount, what to mount, which disk. First we have to tell which disk it is, and where to mount, which folder you want to mount it, what file system you are using. ext4 file system, the disk is in that format. Defaults, put a 0 comma 0, like this is enough. So this is the line I given. Saving, escape colon WQ, escape colon WQ. I saved it. Now I no need to give mount information completely. Mount, sorry, mount slash disk 7. So it is mounted already. If you want to verify, use ds space -h, verify. It is mounted. I didn't give an SDA7 mounted to SDA7, but I given slash disk 7 only. Like a unmounted, same thing, like a I given a disk 7 only. Automatically it verifies in FSTab. In FSTab it will verifies and it will mount it. So I given this information in this one, and I saved it. Already few data is there, so then I saved it. And what I done, mount slash disk 7, mount slash disk 7. Okay, mount slash disk 7, automatically it is mounted. Verify with a ds space -h. Okay, for example, even if I unmounted it now, even if I unmount this disk 7, okay, even if I unmounted it and I reboot my PC, automatically this will be mounted. This disk 7 will be automatically mounted to SDA7 automatically. Even if I unmounted now, I restarted. So obviously it will mount automatically because I mentioned in a FSTab. But you may get a problem after restart. Okay, you may get a after restart. Okay, on next boot, today you done and you shut down, and tomorrow you open, or maybe next time you open, you may get a problem. Why? Because of Why? Because of your this SDA7 again, it is logical one. Okay, it is a logical one. When you at the time of boot time, you don't know which is exactly this partition. At boot time, these numbers are different. Maybe this is SDA1, this is SDA3, this is SDA2, like that. It can be a changeable, interchangeable, because it's a logical one. Okay, not always the same as its boot time. And we are giving a logical numbering system only, not actually a unique code. Understand? Due to partition number is logical, not exact that is a number. Okay, sometimes it will be logical. So is logical. So then obviously at boot time, at boot time. Okay, so then you don't understand, system don't understand. Okay, partition numbers. Okay, don't understand partition numbers. So then it will give you a issue, and it is going to single user mode. Then where we have to log in as a root, we have to remove this entry from the FS tab. You have to entry remove from the FS tab, and you have to reboot it again. Normally this works. Okay. So how to avoid this situation? How to avoid this situation? What is the situation? You specify dev slash SDA7, and at the boot time it don't understand, or maybe it is in the logical, it is not pairing with the SDA7 because you don't understand that logical numbering. So it will throw an error, or maybe it is going to single user mode. So you have to go to the troubleshooting, like a safe mode type it will go, core mode it will go. How to avoid this situation means you have to type a command called a blkid. It means block ID. It means block ID to verify, to get a UUIDs, to get a UUIDs. If you put a BLK ID, it will give for all partitions. Okay. So then what to do? BLK ID, your partition, check it once. So then you will get a UUID. Copy the entire UUID and put it in FS tab. So what to do? Copy UUID and paste in /etc/fs tab. So what I'm going to do is blk id. See, all partitions related blk id is showing. So this is my /dev/sda UUID. If you have more partitions, then it is very big list, right? It is a very big list. So then you can use blk id /dev/sda7. So you can see it is UUID, and partition type is ext4 file system we are using. So I'm copying this one, just by highlighting it is enough. No need to do right click, guys. Simply just you are selecting it, it automatically it's copied inside only. Next, VI editor /etc/fs tab, enter. So you can remove this one. So insert, remove, paste. Okay, so I pasted this one by right click. It is pasted automatically. It's a very simple one. And if you observe the previous one, they don't have a quotations. So I'm removing the quotations. I specify it is a UUID, unique ID. It's so then it is one. go anywhere. So space and this one, and make sure that everything is like a straight line. If it is not a straight line, no problem. So don't worry about that one. Okay. So and zeros also not in a straight line like this. So you can make everything as in a single straight line, or if it is a space or a tab space is enough. Actually, you have to give tab space. That is enough. Now it automatically understand where is actually located. So that is like that we can give. So again, I'm mounting manually slash disk 7. It is mounted and verify. So BLK ID. So we will get a block ID here like this. So highlight is enough. Okay. So we got a block ID here. Okay. For displaying UID, this is. So this is our block ID. Now in FS tab, how to put it? So copy this one, put it in a FS tab like VA slash etc slash FS tab. Okay, so remove these quotations and where you are putting disk 7, ext4, then put a default 0 comma 0, 0 space 0, then save it and exit. So again try to mount normally, mount disk 7 and verify. Okay. Of course, now what will happen, even if you restart your PC, you restart your PC, this is a unique ID of the partition. So the partition numbers won't give confusion here. At boot time only it is easily identify the partition and immediately it will mount to this folder. Make sure the folder should be there and don't delete the folder. So this is your total partition, but I separated it. Okay, so how to add your partition into boot time. Okay guys, understood? Only one more thing, because it's already 12:51. So we are already in partition. So then I want to show you only one partition now. Okay. So remember all the steps and try to do at least one single partition. Okay. Partition. Okay. So that is easy. If you want, I will show you one more partition creation and all also. Okay. Now I want to increase my swap. Already I mentioned a swap partition here. So already I have a swap. So the command is swap on space -s. So this is a one single partition SDA6 already given for a swap. My swap size is 2 GB. So many commands are there on a swap. Swap on space A means add all swap partitions. Okay. Yeah, it is. I given some wrong. No, not like this. Okay. 1 second. Cat space slash. Um, yeah, here it is. This is my total memory. So my total memory is 2 GB, 1 GB. Okay, free memory size. Okay, you can see free memory. and you can see swap memory also, total swap memory, where it is located. Swap total. This is a swap total memory, and this is a total swap memory. So clear. So I use this command. Okay, guys, I want only mem total. I want only mem total. That line only I want it. How to get it from here? By cat, I'm getting a full list. Again, I have to search where is my mem total, where is my swap total, where is my swap free, like that, right? So I want to get information that is only mem total. How to get it? Understand question? I want mem total, only that line. Very good. Grep mem total. It is a cap letter, so then remove this cat. Other. Okay. Very good. Mem total. But sometimes maybe the caps and small, then you can use. You are not sure about cap letters, small letters, case sensitive, because one of the major difference between Windows and Linux is case sensitive. Linux is case sensitive. Windows is not case sensitive. So if you get problem with the case sensitive things, you can use -i also. Okay. So not just a grep command. It is grep command is also very useful. Grep, cat, those commands are very important. Okay. Swap total. My memory means my RAM is 1 GB. Swap is 2 GB. What is swap memory? First of all, swap memory is a virtual memory. Instead of virtual memory, you can say virtual RAM. Not a VRAM, it is a virtual RAM. Very good. So when you run an application, when you are running an application, you are copying a data. So load on your physical RAM is there. To avoid a load on a physical RAM or share the load of the physical RAM, we are using a virtual RAM. In Windows, this virtual RAM we called as a page memory or a paging. So this is also called as a paging. Okay, and page file.sys is the file in a Windows C folder. Okay, it is in a C drive you can find this one. Okay, page file.sys. So the size of the page file.sys is your virtual memory. So this is a concept called paging or a virtual memory. Okay. So what is the use? Like when you are running a virtual machine, physical like that, you can um, you can increase your virtual memory. So then load will be shared. The application running kind of stuff load will be shared. Okay. Normally we find it is a useless part, but it is a very important when you are running some application data transmission time. So it will reduce the burden on your physical RAM. In a Windows, in generally, I'm telling you can take more, but in generally, your RAM, your RAM size into 1.5. Okay, that is your max virtual RAM size or virtual memory size. For example, your RAM is 4 GB into 1.5. So your virtual memory, so you can put up to 6 GB. You can put more than that one, no problem, but it is by general I'm telling. Okay, it is a recommended size. Okay, next in a Linux, swap is in a Linux. Okay, so in a Linux, RAM into 2 is general your max at least or a recommended. Okay, it is a your recommended swap memory. Okay, your recommended swap memory are like that. When I try to install Oracle products like a Oracle 12c, I try to install in a Linux, and 11g also I try to install in a Linux. So first it is verify your RAM, and according to your RAM, are you put your swap memory? Okay, minimum swap memory is requirement is there. According to your RAM, are you keep your swap memory or not? So last time what happened? I took a 4 GB RAM for one of my virtual machine, and I put a 4 GB swap. 4 GB swap more than it is more than enough space. Okay, in Linux I took a 4 GB RAM and 4 GB swap. What happened? Actually, my planning is 2 GB RAM, 4 GB swap, but I increase the RAM to installation of 12c, and 12c verified that is it is a 4 GB RAM and 4 GB swap, and as per the 12c means Oracle 12c, 4 GB RAM is good, means 2 GB RAM is enough, 4 GB I given. It is around something 1.5 GB swap is enough. But what happened? Because of I put a 4 GB RAM and 4 GB swap instead of 8 GB swap, so it's throwing an error. Okay, at the final step of installation, so I have to click on install. Before installation, it is showing it is 4 GB swap only. So you should add a more 4 more GB. So then make it as a 8, then only it will install. So either I have to reduce my RAM or maybe I have to increase my swap. At that time, I choose LVM type, that is I don't have a free disk space or not there. So I use some command to create a file as a swap, and I added it. So that's a swap is very important. So make sure that your what are the current RAM size and your swap size should be balanced. Of course, while I am installing, I use 2 GB, 4 GB RAM, but 2 GB swap only, because I have a plan to reduce my RAM size to 1 GB. Okay, so this is a story. So scenario what I got the issue. Very good. Grep command. Guys, one more thing I want to tell. Still, we have another 1 week. This week and next week is also there. But whenever someone given an answer, whether right or wrong, that's the secondary one. So when I correct answer, or maybe I given some information, if you don't get it, for example, someone told an answer, it does not mean everybody knows answer also. If one person given an answer does not mean everybody knows answer. If one person don't know does not mean everybody don't know. Thing is, everybody listen to what it is the guy is told answer. Okay, and if you don't know or maybe you don't understand why that is an answer, or maybe how it be done, so please ask again immediately, sir. Tell me what is that answer? What is that one? Or explaining what is this? Okay, like that, or find it out. Take the time. Okay. Yeah. So what is my point? It is I will create a one more partition, 2 GB partition. I'm going to create. I'm adding 2 GB. I'm adding 2 GB to my swap partition. Okay. So how to create a disk partition? Now you guys will tell. You guys are going to tell. I'm going to do it. So I want to create a one more partition for my swap purpose. Swap thing I will do it. Those swap commands I will do it, but partition command you do it. Okay. Now start. Tell me first command. Tell me, guys, it is already 1 o'clock. People will get an almost little hungry, and we have to finish in next 5 to 10 minutes. Then we have to take the lunch break, have to cook, eat, and we have to start the class by 2:30. Faster. Pranavi is told, okay, so then F this dev SDA, okay, space, okay, slash SDA. F this space slash dev slash SDA. Next. So 7 partitions already there. New. Okay, 1 second. Mine is become less. Okay, yeah. Enter. Next, 2 GB. Again, yeah, T, because it is a Linux. My eighth one is Linux. This is I created newly. So this is a Linux. I have to change it to Linux swap like this. Linux swap. T. So yes, default is 8. You want to verify, then you can use L. Otherwise, you can put a 82 directly. But I use L. So Linux swap partition, right? 82. System code is 82. Change it to 82. Again P. When you change it, compulsory verify. So this is SDA 8. What happened? Yeah. SDA 8 is a Linux swap now. Last one. Exit. Save and exit. W. Next. Update information in kernel. Part probe. Or part XD. SDA or SDA 8 also no problem. Now file system creation. For it is a swap. It's not Linux, not a ext3 or ext4. It is a swap file system is there. Make swap. Command is make swap slash dev slash SDA 8. Setting up no label. So I didn't mention any label it is, and it generated 2 GB swap. Now swap on. You can use A, or maybe you can use currently 1 is under swap. Okay, then I will use swap on. How to specify the drive? SDA 8. Now, yes, see it is. Now both are there. Both are in a swap. Swap on slash dev slash SDA 8 and swap on space S. S means it will show all the partitions and their sizes also. You can verify with df space -h. Sorry, again, why I am putting. It is not showing that swap mounting here, but it is actually swap is mounted here. Swap is mounted here. It means one disk from here it is 2 GB, here it is 2 GB. How much total? My swap size is now 4 GB. Total space of a swap is 4 GB. So here it is. How to check the total swap memory? Your memory info is in a slash proc means process like that, proc mem info. Another command is there. CPU info is also there to know your about CPU flags and all. This is mem info. Grep swap total. Now it is showing 4 GB total swap. So 2 GB plus 2 GB I took it. Okay. Guys understand swap? Normal I created a partition, but only here I change the Linux to 82, Linux to Linux swap by changing ID. So then I saved it. So it is a Linux partition, but we have to create a swap file system. So I use the command called mk swap / dev / sda8. Okay. Then I verified what is my existing swap memory. So this is a SDA6 is 2 GB swap memory is there. Now swap on SDA8, automatically SDA8 is added. Now my total memory size is, okay, total size is 4 GB swap memory. If you don't want it, if you don't want something like, you can remove it also. Swap off /dev / SDA8 and check it. Your yes. Now I removed it, and also verify total memory. Now it is become 2 GB. And another hand, you can specify this information in the FS tab also. For example, when I type swap on -a, it means all swap partitions will mounted automatically, but it is not mounting. So what I'm going to do is vi space /etc, sorry, bl. Okay, I will get a problem after restart. Yeah, I will get a problem after restart. So then better to go with the SDA8. So type is swap, copy this UUID, just highlight, that is enough, vi space /etc/ FS tab. What is FS tab? File system table. And go to next line, right click, so then paste, remove these quotes. Okay, remove these quotes, and where you are mounting, you are mounting to swap only again. And what is your file system? Swap only. Default, it by defaults 0 space 0 and change. So I use a UEID because when I restart my PC, problem will occur. So then, because I'm going to add some more hard disk for the next class in afternoon, for that one I have to shut down the PC. So when I shut down the PC, if I give /dev / disk sorry, SDA8, SDA7 kind of stuff, so I will get a problem. So to avoid the problem initially, so I'm removing this one. Swap and mounting to the swap, and file system is swap, default 00. Saved it. Okay, now can you see swap on -a? Sorry. So what is done? Swap on -a, swap on -s. See, automatically it is mounted. Why? Because in FSDAP already we mentioned. So this is my swap memory. Automatically it is mounted here. Even if I restart, automatically this mount will be added. So afternoon, if possible, I will show you after reboot my Linux PC. whether these mounts are happened directly or not. Currently, I'm going to swap off. First, I'm going to swap off this ESDA8 and swap on -s to see only one is there. Next, DS space -h and U mount. Remember what I'm doing. So in the next one, when I'm going to restart my PC, this um, this SDA7, this SDA7 and that swap automatically mounts after reboot. Why? Because I mentioned those information in FS tab. Okay, file system table. Already I mentioned these are the partitions, and these should be mounted to these locations. One is a /disk7, another is a swap with the file system. Already I mentioned when I restart, automatically it will mount. Yeah, 1 second. One more thing I have to do it. Last one. High story. Not required. Control C. Just you have to copy paste. Guys, I'm re-explanation. So how to check memory total? Grab mem total proc info. This file contains your all memory information. To get a total memory information, this is a thing. Okay, and next to see what is your swap memory. So that is a swap on space -s. So this is from here. I'm going to take partitions. Here we use first P, V, N, enter, and then I use +2 GB only. Okay. Next P, V, T, L, 82. Then I change it to P. Then W save. That's it, right? So this is completed. Next I use partproc to update your partition table in kernel. Next I'm making file system swap file system in a SDA8, and I verified how many partitions are added. Then I checked it. I add this partition to my swap. Okay, so this is wrong command, right? I verified in a this one, but not there. Okay, so mounting in that one, it is not there. Okay, so swap total I verified, and then I swap off, and I verified again, and I verified. Okay, I swap on -a, it is not working. It works, but what it is happen, it's not adding this one automatically. But when I add this information, that UUID information added to FS tab, but how I add it, that is also important, right? 130. I got this information from there, because this is only one thing you will get it. Okay, so next, VS space /etc/. So go to the last, copy this line. So we are adding this information. Yeah, already added, right? So then you don't require this one. Okay, so this is not required. We will get confused whether it is a command or it's output. Yeah, right. It is. This is output. This is output. This is entry. Of course, but how you know how to enter? What is I'm entering and how to enter? You will get confused. That's I know. But how to make that one? Can I put like this, like a comment wise, like a so better to comment for every line so that it can be different. Even if we keep it like that, we won't get understand the what is purpose. I mean, at the time of practical, it may help, but at the time of reading, it won't help, sir. So each command you want a description? We won't get understand what it means. We will just see that command only. We won't give. There will be not. If there is no explanation regarding the command, we won't get understand what its purpose, right? Yes. So I think it's not the right way to prepare the notes. But you here to the class, right? You are in the classroom. I'm not preparing textbook. Okay, it is good for the practical part, but it's not good for the preparation. Memorize it. Study. Textbooks are no longer. I know it, but for everything I can't put a command. What is the BLK ID and all. Practice by practice, you can able to remember. I think even at the time of those numbering system is there, no, then we will get to understand easily. These all are the commands. Yeah, right. I got actually your point. That is how to tell a description about which one is like a, what is swap on or what is MKS. For practical also it is very easy typing the command. For studying purpose, it is you cannot get what it is. Why what is this command? Why I'm using? The line wise, like a note wise, it is not there. I got your point, so I agree with your point also. But we can't type everything like a, what is the part probe and all. I am telling that's why repeatedly what to do commands and all. You have to memorize it, practice it. By that one only you can look. Am I seeing any notes now? Why? Because of I practice teaching, I memorize. At the time of interview or at the time of you are working, so you textbook won't work. You have to practice. This is a training, not an institute. Okay, so okay, got the point. If we have less time and these concepts are very difficult, we cannot. I mean, it is not so much easy to be. Not so much easy. Not that much so much easy. Like just you look at it, you will understand that kind of stuff won't happen anyway. That's why we are recording every practicals also, and not just a command. I'm explaining each and every command. Already I told how much time I took time for creating swap memory, swap practically 5 to 10 minutes, right? Maximum I took practical for swap 5 to 10 because of you only told how to create a partition. Swap memory I done, that's a 2 3 minutes by explanation. And why I'm typing those commands again, why I'm explaining again, because it's not so easy. I know, because I learned myself and I use textbooks and practicing, teaching. It for me took a certain period of time. It is within the 10 minutes you should learn. That won't happen. Even if you are a very smart person also, it won't happen. Okay, and you are learning for first time, almost like whether you are a any branch. Okay, you are learning this is first time, whether you are mechanical or a CSC, you are learning first time. It is not that much easy to understand or remember everything in one time. But only thing is you have to practice. You have to practice. Important thing is there is very less commands, but more important is verification commands. If you understand the concept, then you understand the points. If I give a note, anyway, people, how many people will study also, I don't know. And for that one, you don't require a notes also. You can get it from anywhere. Otherwise, I will share the textbooks. Find it from there. Okay. This is just like how to do. That's the point only. I understand your point also. I have a concern about that, but otherwise I have to prepare a note. That's it. How to prepare a notes explanation.
Actually, though we have videos, but we don't have that much time to replay. I mean, we have to sit for that much long to get it all. I mean, for each and every video, there will be at least a duration of 45 minutes or 1 hour.
Yes, of course.
That is the problem we are asking for the clear note.
I got the point.
Remaining subjects, we do have some PPTs and PDFs, but for this Sense we don't have. Actually, for Linux administration,
Linux.
we don't have. Yes, yes, sir. We don't have any PDF so that we can. That's not so much easy to understand. That's why I.
Yeah, I got the point, sir.